What's up, YouTube? This is Two Raw 4 TV. So the Golden State Warriors are back in the big dance once again. All right, they defeat the Dallas Mavericks 120 to 110 and win the 2022 Western Conference Final Series against Dallas, 4 games to one. They overtake the Phoenix Suns as the Western Conference champions, and they advance to their sixth NBA Finals in 8 years. And that sounds very familiar, very, very familiar, because the Bulls did that. Klay Thompson was the high man for the Golden State Warriors with 32 points. He had some big shots. Klay has had a tendency to get off the slow starts for much of this playoffs, including this series. But Klay, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have a guy who drops 25 of his 30 points in the second half than have it during the first half. You know, timely buckets by Klay. Steph did not have a great all around game, but he did hit some big shots when it counted down the stretch. And I hate to do this. I really do. I was talking to a friend of mine last night watching the game. I said, I got to give him due props, man. I got to. By his standards, Draymond Green had a big game, man. He had a big game. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. And he almost came close to cracking 20. And when was the last time he had 20? 2019. He came damn near close to it. Andrew Wiggins had 18 points and 10 rebounds. Jordan Poole, 16 points coming off the bench and only 28 minutes of play. Kevon Looney, 10 points, 18 rebounds. Um, Let me say this about this game, this series. I agree with Ticket TV when he says that one strategy that Jason Kidd did not adjust to, one thing that he did not adjust to, uh, was playing big more. Um, as a result, we saw the Golden State Warriors, who are not exactly a twin tower up front, but Kevon Looney dominated this series in many games. Draymond Green looked almost like 2016 version of Draymond Green because of that. All right, that was one coaching mistake that the otherwise great Jason Kidd, a great basketball mind, he didn't make the adjustment. But I got to say this about Luka. Luka is a phenomenal player, but Luka has to work on his conditioning. Um, One thing I noticed about looking at Luka, when I was looking at Luka, the last 2 games of this series, I wanted to specifically look at Luka. I wanted to look at how his feet were moving in the beginning of the game as opposed to the fourth quarter. Now Luka's slow, right? Luka's slow. We know that. But Luka's body language in the fourth quarter is telling me that he's gassed. Don't get me wrong, these guys are all pretty tired. Uh, you know, you already have the long regular season, now you're deep in the playoffs. But Luka was tired. He's only 23 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you contrast that to LeBron James, he was 23 years old. LeBron James was still driving to the basket in 4 quarters against the Boston Celtics or the old Piston teams. Jordan had energy for days. Kobe had energy for days. Luka was tired. He was gassed. Still a great performance, but he was settling for a lot of outside shots. Luka is not a marksman like that. He can have an occasional game where he goes 6 of 11, 5 of 10, but he was 3 for 13. Luka is not a great outside shooter, to that extent. And I think he doesn't get a lot of criticism for that. And I think part of the reason why he was settling for shots like that is because he was pretty tired. Luka came into the season 265 pounds. Now, he did work off a lot of that weight during the regular season. I would say he looked like he's around 240-ish. But if he wants to have a long career, and this goes for all these guys like Zion Williamson, James Harden, any other player that has Antoine Walker. If Luka wants to play at a high level for a long period of time, he cannot keep doing to his body what he's doing. He's young. He's getting away with it right now. we ultimately saw we ultimately saw that it shortened Shaq's prime. It caught up with James Harden eventually. The lifestyle. I'm not saying Luka's out there partying, but Luka loves food. He loves food. He loves beer. The thing about it, you got plenty of time for that shit when you get older, when you're retired. And there's nothing wrong with an, occasional beer, but you got to work your ass off to work it off. Larry Bird loved beer. He loved those head busters. But Bird worked his ass off to keep his body in shape. Now, when you're retired, you can do what the fuck you want to do: smoke cigars, drink, blah 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 blah. That's the only thing that I want to knock when it comes to Luka. Aside from some of the other stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. Tell me what you guys think.